So I have seen this question a lot in my Instagram DMs that how to write good chord progression. And most of the time I reply that learn an instrument and then you can improvise your chords while playing the instrument, preferably a piano. That's what I have done. But it is not really true. I mean, you don't have to learn an instrument, or you don't even have to learn music theory in general to play, to write good chord progressions. You can use a MIDI chord pack to do the same thing. Even if you don't know music theory, even if you don't know how to play an instrument, you can use a MIDI chord pack to do the same thing and write good chord progression. So what exactly is a MIDI chord pack and how to use it, that we will see in this video. The MIDI chord pack that I will be using is by Unison, and you can download the pack from the link in the description to get 60% off on it. So let's get started with the video. So this is how the chord pack, the structure of the chord pack is. We have all the scales listed here, and for every single scale we have the corresponding chords. For example, if I select E major, which is also the C sharp minor, I will get all the E major chords. So I can pretty much drag any one chord and that will come up. And we also have the C sharp minor chords, which is mostly the same chords, but in a different. So the first chord for E major will be E major, then F sharp minor, like that. And for C sharp minor, the first chord will be C sharp minor, and E major will be the third chord in the series. So we have all the triads, which are the simple chords. We have extended chords. This will be all your 6th, 7th, and your suspended chord. So for example, F sharp minor 7, E major 7, suspended 2. So these will be complex chord in the same scale. And we also have borrowed chords. This will be much more complex chords, and this will be used to create more tension when you're trying to make a chord progression. I can just simply drag and drop any one of the chord into the piano roll, and that chord will come in. Apart from that, we also have the full-blown progressions. So we have some simple progressions, simple major progressions, and these are most commonly used progression that you will see in most of the songs. So we have major progression, minor progression, and we also have advanced progression, some complex progressions. So these are full-blown chord progressions. And the same goes for every single scale. So for starting from C up to B major, we have all the scales listed here. And if you have seen my tutorials, you might be knowing that my favorite scale is G major. So most of the melodies and chords that I make are in G major or E minor. So I'll be using the same scale for this tutorial as well. Now I will create a more complex chord progression. Basically, I'll just drag and drop chords from the extended chords folder, and I'll have to make a decision whether it is going with the progression. If not, I can replace that chord and then I can add another one. Now let me change the instrument from piano to some lo-fi chords, something like that. That will go much better with these chord progression. Now let me add a chord progression which is already there inside the pack. Now I want to change the last chord in this, so I will go back to the triads and I'll replace it with another chord. Now we can create a groove just by chopping down the notes. And of course, we can add more effects to make it sound better. So basically, it's very easy to get started with the song if you have the chord progression and a groove layered down. And with a chord pack, it is just easy to get started with the progression itself. And now I can go ahead and I can create a top melody on top of this progression and then continue with my song. Let me try another chord progression. So now I'm going to use guitar over it, and I know a very good Nexus guitar preset. I'm going to use that. Now let me pick a minor progression. Now again, if I want to change the last chord, I can simply pick another chord from the triads folder or a complex folder, and then I can replace that chord in the progression. Also, I can try out with different instruments. So let me use strings instead of guitar. Now I can connect my keyboard and I can play another melody on top of it. So as you saw how easy it is, once you have a MIDI chord pack, you can simply just drag and drop chords, and you can check whether it sounds good. If not, you can just replace it with any other chord. And that's how you can create chord progression, even if you don't know how to play an instrument, or even if you don't know much about music theory. And you can get the Unison MIDI chord pack from the link in the description. You will get 60% off on that. And thanks again for watching this video. Thanks a lot.